When you take a statistics class at Hartnell College, it's called Stat C1000. It's a 4-unit class or 4-credit class, which means that for a 16-week class, it makes 4 hours per week. For those that would like a little bit of extra help with statistics, we also offer Math 213, the statistics support class, which is 1 credit, so that means they meet for an additional 1 hour per week. So now I'd like to show you a couple of math examples from the very beginning of Math 213. So there's 365 days in a year. Joe went to Hawaii for 78 days. What percent of the days did he spend in Hawaii? So we start by dividing the 78 days by the total of 365 days. And you can use a calculator for that. And I get the decimal 0.214. Now this decimal needs to be changed to a percent. So if you take the decimal 0.214 and multiply by 100, that will move the decimal place 2 places to the right. And once you do that, we get the percent 21.4%. Okay, just one more math example. So we've got this interval that x ranges between 1.2 and 4.8. I can represent that with a number line here. Find the distance between those two endpoints. So in other words, what's the length of this line segment here? So in order to do that, to find the distance between 4.8 and 1.2, you can just subtract, and the difference is 3.6, or the length of that line segment is 3.6. And now find the midpoint. So in other words, what number is right in the middle of that line segment? So to find the midpoint, just add the two numbers together. And when you add 4.8 and 1.2, that's 6.0. And after that, divide the two numbers by 2. And a 6.0 divided by 2 is a 3. So it's actually a 3 that is right in the middle of that line segment. Okay, so those are just a couple of math examples from the beginning of the semester. If that's the type of thing that you would like to see more of, then consider taking Math 213. When you go into the pause and schedule, you look for available sections. You first need to look for math, statistics, and look for Stat C1000. Then click on View Available Sections. And here's an example. So at first it's not obvious that this is associated with a Math 213 class. But if you then click on the Stat C1000 section 1157, then it says, you can see this little yellow warning. It's just saying that that class is associated with Math 213. So not all of them are. Basically, the extra hour for the class is built in half an hour on Monday and half an hour on Wednesday. If you need any more information, please see a Hartnell counselor and they can give you more details. Thank you.